Hello and welcome everyone out there in Blue Box Land.
Already have that.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
First you got to clean your room, then you got to do the dishes, then you...
I mean, if you ask Skylar, I'm already there. I'm already telling him what to do. And
Skylar's like, please, no more.
Nice. Is the house clean? Is your stuff put away? No? All right, then I don't think so.
Oh, God.
Are you having flashbacks, Hob?
Actually, the relaxed parent. It's fine.
Or is it clean your room, I guess.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
95% of the task. Otherwise.
Sometimes Rory asks Skylar to clean his room.
I'm more.
Hello, Tracy.
More I am.
Hello, Tom.
The situation is.
Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, John.
Oh, damn, because you're just
Welcome,
like, you know
welcome,
what?
welcome.
I'm not even going to get upset about it.
Mr. Detachment.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I go monotone when I'm, like, getting serious. Like, my friends know I'm trying to have a serious conversation when I, like, drop the tone and just kind of go level. It's fun.
Rory and Skylar have both found out that even when I am like blood-curdlingly angry, I don't raise my voice. I get quiet.
That's
Yeah,
terrifying.
same. Yeah,
So,
I hate that.
Yes,
It's those
please.
mob connections.
it's the mob.
Would you? Look, we don't need to talk about that on stream, okay?
Told you.
You promised you'd never speak of it again. What are you
Kind of the
doing when you
opposite.
speak of it again?
Like, when I'm at work, I have to tell
Flying at
people,
Rory's head, just.
you know, even though I'm telling jokes and I'm laughing and funny, I'm actually really pissed off right now.
That's what you have to say to
that way.
people.
Yeah, like the team that I work with, I have to tell them, like, I'm actually really serious and I want this done, even though I'm like laughing and at the fact that like,
Yeah.
I miss every deadline and I'm gonna have 200 people mad at me. Like,
Could we
do you do for
please,
work again?
God,
I just
let's just get it done.
I just laugh in the face of absolute apocalypse.
I laugh in the face
The
of
character
danger.
trait.
Ha, 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 ha.
It's a good way to cope.
Nice.
Stop her
Coworker
screwed!
that-
Yay!
Yeah.
We
You
have
might
a
as well go
coworker
down
that says
smiling.
We have a
Mhm.
coworker that says, I either cry or I smile.
Huh.
Like in those moments that you're talking about, John, it's like, she's like, I either cry or I smile. So
Right.
either one is not a good thing.
Wait, are we talking about me?
Yes.
No, who is it, Allison or
What is-
Emily? One of them.
One of them wins.
All right, we're going to go live here on video in just a moment. Again, thanks everybody for being with us tonight, jumping in.
Fighting
That's
now.
not who you were talking to. Was it your daughter, or was it one of your sons, or was it like your romantic?
my romantic.
Yeah.
I don't know
Why
how
were
else
you
to say it.
guys-
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
was
you guys
like, that was great.
We have our
Becca,
own
please.
narrative of what was going
Yeah.
on, and we
Like,
need it
are it-
validated.
Well, I also don't know if it's a situationship or if it's like.
Oh
a
no, it's not a
relationship,
no, it's a
so-
relationship. It's not a
Okay, cool,
situationship.
cool, cool,
No, I was
cool.
literally
just
talking
wasn't
about
sure.
the vehicle, like my vehicle, because he's like, "What's happening with your vehicle?" And I tried to explain it to him, and then
Well,
we were
that
talking
explains
about.
the anger.
Then we were, yeah, because I was like, because he's like, "What did they say?" I'm like, "Oh no, something about my ball bearing and blah blah blah, and whatever."
Why does Josh
And then-
giggle every time you say ball bearing? I don't understand, Josh.
Balls for
Well,
the
it's
bear.
loose.
You gotta
I
John,
do
you-
have balls, but it's loose. My daughter
You
is
have
that.
balls? That's crazy.
Your balls are loose.
I
My
knew it.
car,
Should've
my
been.
car's
Rory, I
balls
knew
are
it.
loose.
All right, here we go. You are both heard and seen in 3, 2, and 1.
John, we have-
Stopping us.
Yeah, we muted John, actually. He can't talk anymore, guys.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Box. And thanks for joining us, all of you in Twitch land. We have several people that are in and watching already. Thank you to all of you. Hey, Jay. Hey, Tom. Hey, William. Hey, Kurt. I'm missing Bun Patrick. Amanda, of course, as many of you, all of you. Thank you for joining us. And we have a fun night, I think, planned tonight. We shall see. And it's going to be a quicker night than our normal. It is not only Vivi's short night, but she has some vehicle stuff to take care of, and so it won't go too terribly short.
My balls.
But yeah, I was gonna let you say it, Vivi, not me. She's got a problem with her balls. So
Yeah, they're not there, right.
My vehicle balls are.
The truck nuts in the back.
but no, we're gonna have a good time tonight, and we've got just a couple of fun things we're gonna show, and I'll give you a little teaser here, a preview. We're gonna have a world premiere tonight of all this. I'm showing it right now on to see if you guys can guess what this is. In fact, if you've got really keen eyes, you might be able to see something.
I already saw what I think I shouldn't have seen earlier when I logged into the Ninja link a little bit too early.
Yeah, it's a kid.
Wait, what, John? John, you were showing stuff on the Ninja Link?
I didn't
Wow.
do it.
Well, no. But I'm talking about what's on Twitch right now. So anybody want to guess what that is?
It's a
That is a
candle.
candle with books.
It's a candle with books, yeah?
Oh, it's John Wick.
Yeah, Amanda, you know, of course you know. Well, you'll have to wait and see. I'll show you. This is a video that I'll show a little bit later.
Can you
want
zoom it in a
one
little
shot?
bit for the blind people?
No, I cannot. I'll show it to you later. Welcome and thanks for joining us. This is Greyhawk Awakening, Book 1, and we have, after tonight, just 2 remaining shows in Book 1 before we put it back on ice and we go to April, which we'll talk about in a moment. We have, after tonight, 2 remaining sessions with the amazing Hob, our fantastic Blue Box artist here, and with Vivi, of course, who is now rocking. Well, you got 1 more week left, right?
No, 2.
Well, 1.5.
1.5.
1.5, yeah, 1.5 left.
And then I just stay an hour. I got mandated to stay an hour later this morning.
Oh, wow, okay. But we're so excited for you. And then we begin Book 3 on May 2nd. We're going to talk about Book 3 for just a moment tonight as well. But thanks, everyone, for joining us. Before we get into that, we're going to start tonight. We're going to actually have some stat rolling happen. So our own Becca here is rolling up the statistics for her Book 3 character, and I thought it might be fun for everybody to watch her roll. I don't know if you can put your camera on your dice. That would be kind of fun. You can't, you don't have, so we're just going to have to trust you anyway. But that'll be fun. And, all right, fix the cameras, please. Oh, wait, who messed up my cameras? My camera, did somebody?
It was
Hob, gosh.
I did it.
freaking Hob.
Unbelievable.
Shoes, and you think I did this?
Hob.
We're Crocs. Come on.
All right,
Sorry,
and then
Adam.
you go there.
No, let Rory do
I
it.
am, you go there,
Can I please be Bertha?
and you go there.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
it's much
be
easier
Brim.
for me to play.
And hold on here. No, you need to go. How on earth did that happen?
I would
You
get
need to go
Bertha
there. No, no, no.
Would have so much fun. I love playing old characters.
All right, and
You've never played an old character in our campaign.
Not in your guys.
There we
You
go.
are actually, they're all young.
thank you for helping with the camera. Yeah, all 17s. What do you know? That's right, Patrick. All right, so here's what you're going to do, Becca. You're going to roll 3 sets of dice, 4d6. We have a very generous system here on Blue Box. This is one of the grace points I give you guys because it is a difficult campaign that we run, and it's going to be especially so in the Sea of Dark Sun when we get to Book 3. So 4d6, drop the lowest, and then you'll roll 6 of those. You're going to do 3 sets. You can pick between the 3 sets. You can order between the 3 sets, but you cannot mix between the 3 sets. So whatever those 6 rolls are, those are the ones you have to stick with within that set. So why don't you go ahead and roll, and then when you're done with each set, just raise a hand and let us know what that set is, and we'll go set by set with you as you do that. Couple announcements I want to start off with tonight, reminding everyone of what is upcoming. We have tomorrow night. This guy is going to be joining us. Fraley17. Patrick, we have a 3D printing show. It's going to be a blast tomorrow night. Fraley has a couple of giveaways that he sent me. I'm going to show you pictures of those at the break. But we'll have a printer in the Blue Box studio here tomorrow, and we're going to do some live printing. We'll talk tips and tricks and all kinds of fun stuff, and maybe some previews of things that will be coming from the STLs that he's printing for Book 3. So that'll be fun. If you are not aware, you have not been watching, but we have 2 players that are departing, Hob and Vivi. Vivi will be back in fall. Hob will be back when she gets her act together, which we're guessing will be roughly 2047.
Wait. Wait a minute.
But we do have 2 amazing players joining us. First, we have Ashlyn, Dollar Store DM, who will also be running our budget bill battle in April and will be with us for the March 22nd event. I'll talk about it in a moment. And she's an amazing role player. And then we also have premiering for the first time ever on a Twitch stream campaign, Manda, the mystical unicorn. We are so excited to have Manda joining us, and everybody is just now. I've got to tell you, the players are so excited. I have more content, more backstories, more lore questions. I'm not going to tell you what Manda and Ashlyn are calling themselves in Discord. I'll let you guys tell that when you're ready. But it is fantastic to watch all the excitement around the preparation for this campaign. Do you have your first set yet, Becca?
Almost. Last roll.
Okay, there we go. Last roll. And while she's doing that, I'm going to bring up the next slide.
Throw like a girl.
Throw dice like a girl. Josh, get it right. Throw dice like a girl. This is our event for gamer girls, girl gamers, on March 22nd. I'll get it right. March 22nd, our session, and you'll notice there's another picture on this from the last time I showed it to you. Because Manda is now making her world premiere on Twitch for an actual campaign, she has agreed to be on video. This will be the first time ever to be seen on Twitch. Huge steps. We're so proud of you, Manda. And she has the beautiful Blue Box blue hair as well that she has done. It is absolutely gorgeous. We cannot wait to see all of you on stream. But this will be a really cool show. We're going to talk about the trials and triumphs, the crits and creeps, the horrors and heroinism of gamer girls. But I've got a list of about 20 questions that I've drafted. I've shared with these ladies. They're going to go through edit. They're going to suggest others, remove whatever. These are going to be their topics, their stories, the things that they want to talk about that night. And it's going to be a special 2-hour episode. Now, there's another change. Let's see if any of you who are keen of eye, looking at this flyer, what else has changed beside the fact that we have Manda's picture on here now? Hello, Lord Taker. Thank you, first-time chatter. I know I saw you in the Discord this week as well. Hope you don't kill Manda's character right away. Yeah, well, you never. Things happen. Can you see it, anyone? The 7 o'clock start time. So this is the week of GaryCon. So since we have GaryCon that week, there is no Lord Gazumba stream at that time. I think he actually is going to do an on-site stream earlier. Josh, what happened to your... Oh, I think it's just hidden on this screen. Hang on, sorry. Because he wasn't here at the beginning last week. I think I left this one. Boom, there we go. Thanks, guys. So we will be... Lost my train of thought. Josh, what are you doing? You idiot. So that'll be a lot of fun that night. Join us. We'll start at 7 o'clock Central Time. It'll be a 2-hour stream on the 22nd. Throw dice like a girl. All right, what was the first set, Becca?
First set was 14, 9, 13, 10, 9, 13. And I have my second set as well, if you want.
Okay, sure.
17, 13, 11, 10, 9, 16.
Okay, that's solid. All right.
I gotta do my last one.
Let's get the last one.
All, 18s across the board? That would be great.
That would be necessary. Josh took some medicinal herbs. Yeah, okay. All right, so how's the audio, guys? Everything sounds good? Okay, very good. Let's go to what happened last time. Go ahead, Rory.
Oh. Give me a hint and I'll tell you all of it.
All right, so I'll do it this time for you guys.
Cobb could destroy this.
So our heroes started out in the tavern. Of course, they are in Hamlet. It is now nearly 2 weeks since the destruction of a good portion of the city and many of its most notable denizens. Heroes and figures of lore that have lived on for 40 years perish in one night here on Blue Box, including Ostler Gundigut, Brother Smith, and others Byrne, who was there without Rufus. His body was taken after the horrible death that he suffered, including the mutilation. His body was taken by retainers that showed up the following day and ferried off to the free city of Greyhawk, where apparently Rufus awaited. The party now has been repairing here in Hamlet for a couple of weeks. They have met a new friend in Nerve, and yes, Nerve's last name is Osric, and Nerve Osric has been aiding the town of Hamlet and has befriended the party, along with a really fun former nursemaid for Gimbal. Bertha was seen in Jeru Ashstaff's Grove and reunited with the party rather, and told some stories, including of the time that she slapped Gimbal's bare bottom. And what a fun character to be played by one's wife, Rory. And then so last week we began in the Welcome Wench, which is of course now in the hands of Ostler's granddaughter. And the party began with some excellent role play, conversation, and then soon was approached by the humble and awkward Lowman, who informed them that there was a strange note found in the Tower of Burn. Rory, you just relax. No, I'm not letting you in now. You're done. In the Tower of Burn. And the party was asked to help look at it because there had already been some items that were touched in that locale, and some fingers were blown off, a hand was lost, and so it was requested the party go and look. The party did so, and after a brief period of discovery, they uncovered a letter which is now sitting in our Discord, and it is in the hand of Byrne himself. I'll pull it up here for you guys to read in a second. And it noted several very interesting things, including his observations on some strange goings afoot. As they read this, there was then the appearance of a strange undead single member, a gigantic 4-foot tall hand that engaged the party. There was a brief combat that ensued. Brim tried to rescue Nerve, who had been grasped by this giant hand, was crushing and popping bones. Brim had one good swing and one not so good swing. Hey, Mike, I didn't see you in earlier. Good to have you with us. And Boba, good to have you as well, Tom. And I trust you've got enjoying your new mouse pad. From our merch store. He actually hit Nerve with the second blow, doing some damage, but eventually the party prevailed. Gimbal nimble-fingered some items off of the desks and bookshelves of Byrne, and that is where we ended last week. So what was the third set of stats?
20, 20, 20, 18, 17, 83, you're muted.
It was 15, 9, 12, 14, 11, 14.
All right, so read us the second set again. I think that was the one to go with.
17, 13, 11, 10, 9, 16.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to go with that set. That's your set right there, Becca.
No. She might want lower stats.
Now you also get to roll. Now go ahead and with that set, you're going to pick which one's going to be your charisma, and then you'll roll your comeliness, but you can do that off stream. You now have your stats. For the three members of the book 3, why don't you go ahead and tell us the name and class of the character that you'll be playing? We'll share more about that during our session 0. Let's start with you, Rory. See if you can actually get something right tonight.
Hey.
I'm teasing.
I'm gonna stumble for that one. My character's name is Tick Rocinante, and he is a half-giant gladiator.
Very nice. Let's go to you, Josh.
Hello. I am playing Zephitalk, a quarter giant druid with a fun little animal companion, being that of a very large locust. And very large as in 1.5 to 2 feet long.
Yeah, and it's going to be awesome. The backstory on that is one of the favorite backstories I've read in a long, long time. It's really, really good. Go ahead, Becca. Those stats you just rolled are for who?
Lucius. He is a elf, and a bard.
Very nice. Elven bard. And of course, what do we know about elves in the Sea of Dark Dust? Dark Sun, Sea of Dark Dust. What do we know about elves? They are they're not like your noble elves. They're not like your traditional Lord of the Rings. They are not like your traditional even. So they are your merchants. They are your wanderers. They are oftentimes your swindlers. They are long, lanky, strong, able to run across the dunes for extended periods of time, and typically known to be very untrustworthy, which is an interesting twist on elves. Now, of course, like anything else, there are variations. These are just the most typical characteristics associated with them, in the same way that, the nobility of elves in The Lord of the Rings could be countermanded by an elf who is chaotic or in some way not good. Same thing is true here. So nothing is considered to be a standard. It must be this way, but those are the most typical traits. Just like halflings. Halflings in the Sea of Dark Sun are largely tribal, often feral creatures. They're scavengers. They're deeply xenophobic, meaning they mistrust other races, and they truly hold to the superiority of halflings. And they are extremely aggressive in this setting. So it's a very, very different. It's not just the climate. It's not just the economy. The actual races, the species themselves are very different than your traditional D&D tropes. Yes, and they can be. It depends. Not always, but they can be. Are they annoying like certain snow elf? All right. So as we get started tonight, let's quickly do your character introductions, and I'll kick off the scene, and we'll jump right into it. Let's start with you, Vivi.
Hello, my name is Vivi. You can find me on Instagram at The Ames Quest. I play Lilith. She is a John, help me.
Greyhawk.
Greyhawk, thank you. Greyhawk, elf. Druid. What level am I? Level 8.
Oh my god.
Organization skills. Sorry.
Yeah, Vivi's volume is just a tad low, it sounds like. Yeah, I think that's...
just kidding.
All right, go ahead, Rory.
Fix that. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me switch. I was on the wrong audio piece, actually, so that might sound a little bit better. I have 2 different audio inputs I can use. I think this one might sound better. Go ahead, Rory.
John.
Test. I don't know if that sounds any better. You guys can let me know in the chat.
You sound good.
It should sound
Thank
better
you.
now, I think. Yep, there you go. Go ahead, Rory.
Better? Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah. So I play a Gimbal, level 8 illusionist, no multi-classing, solid illusionist the whole way, still alive. All of basically 3 foot tall, and I guess is meeting another gnome that is fairly interesting to him.
Outstanding. Nerve.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I played Nerve. He is a level 6 druid were-rat guy.
All right.
He's a good boy.
He is a good boy. People like him. Let's go to Josh.
I refuse.
Let's skip Josh.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm Joshua Blake. I'm a voice actor based in Los Angeles. I play Brim or Brimstone. He is a 7.5 foot tall ogre, half ogre, fighter of the 8th level. He's fun.
I forgot you guys were 8th level. I was thinking you were 7th still. That's
It's fine. We can go with the lower damage creatures. That's fun.
All right. And Becca, our newest.
I am Becca Self, the wonderful wife to Rory Self. Best thing that's ever happened to him.
Truth.
What was I saying? Oh, yes. Hi. Bertha. I play Bertha. She's a 2 foot 8 inch gnome, old woman. She's darling. She's your granny noni who will like just smack you upside the back of the head and be like, yo, you're being stupid, but here is a hat I made for you. Please keep warm. And she will love you and take care of you. And let's get to know her a little bit better.
No.
I like it. All right. Party. It is now the following day. The harrowing events in the Tower of Burn. Gimbal has been rifling through the items, trying to identify what he had found. Brim, shortly after the combat, retired up to the chapel, mumbling in that deep bass voice that he needed time for prayer. Each of you went about your business that evening, but when the following morning dawned, there was no sign of Brim. So as we begin tonight, the rest of the Wayward Bolt has gone to the chapel of St. Cuthbert there in Hamlet. This structure was untouched by the attack of the Red Lords that happened just 2 weeks ago. As each of you walks in through the giant double doors familiar to you here in the chapel, and you can smell the soft scent of incense. You see the polished stone floors that gleam with the torchlight, and the soft tones of the wind blowing through the bell tower here in the structure lend it a sense of peacefulness. As you walk through, your footsteps slap, making hollow echoes on the stone walls, and you can hear that deep rumbling of voice of Brim and prayer. You walk into the main worship chamber, and above you towers that familiar 15-foot, actually closer to 20-foot statue of St. Cuthbert, looming in both his holiness but also his judgment, staring over the worship area. Brim kneels, his armor tethered now at the knees, and a tabard which carries the colors of the town of Hamlet, the green and yellow. I'll show it here on the screen. The green and yellow, the acorns, the sheaf of wheat. He now has red and green tied about his armor in solidarity with the devastated town of Hamlet. And as he kneels in prayer, each of you stand around and look at one another, and we begin.
Lilith would move beside Brim.
You walk closer. Can't help but almost feel like the eyes of St. Cuthbert follow you. As you get closer, you see his shoulders are trembling, and you can hear the vibration of his voice. You can feel it as much as hear it as it rumbles.
You would see as you approach Brim that in his right hand he has a gray cloth that's wrapped around his hand, as well as on his left hand he has his usual ram skull amulet piece that also has the gray fabric on the eyes, but then also a lightning symbol on the forehead. And he just sits there, knuckles together, just praying.
Lilith will just kind of kneel right beside him, and then you feel her hand just at your lower back, just kind of as a support, just to let you know that she's there.
He trembles for a second, almost like he didn't even realize anyone was here. He shudders and one eye opens. And he nods and just kind of goes back to almost wrap up the prayer.
And I'm sure Lilith has spent enough time with Brim here as well, so you could see she'll just give him his space, obviously, but just staying close to him for support.
If no one else does anything, then Brim will finish up his prayer and say something to the group.
And Nerv, you're standing there with Bertha and with Gimbal. Nerv, you've been in and out of this place many, many times over the past 2 weeks as you've helped bury the dead, as you have helped attend to the wounded. Bertha, this is your first time here, and the structure's impressive. Even in your gnome hold, you have seen pictures, and you've traveled some in your time, but even for the small town of Hamlet, this is an impressive structure.
Nerve probably just he's not a religious man. He's never been a religious man. But there is like a heaviness, I'm sure, that weighs over like the church. And he just kind of looks around at the vastness of it and the intricacy of like the design. And he says, every time I'm in here, I get more and more uncomfortable. Wonder what Brim even sees in this place.
Under her breath, Bertha will kind of just... It brings him peace. Or as much peace as he can have at this point.
He'll kind of like walk off a little bit and just kind of study like the tapestries and the stonework and things like that. He's just kind of allowing Brim to do what he needs to do the same way that he allowed Lilith and him to do in the Grove, to recuperate, meditate. So he'll just kind of patiently walk around.
Okay. With that, Brim will finish up his prayer and will stand up, turn around to look at the rest of the group. Just nodding to everyone. He's going to actually sit on the stoop in front of Cuthbert with the statue looming over top of him. And he's going to pull Reaver from his back and kind of just rest the bottom or the tip of the blade on the ground as he leans against it.
Lilith and Gimbal already know this. But before we came into contact with you, Berta, and you, Nerve, I was seen as somewhat of a leader of this group. In our fight against the Dark Brotherhood, we came into contact with one of their sorceresses, one that we had fought and tracked for a long amount of time. He had escaped us time and time again. But this time we were able to end her. It was because of her that many of us wear many scars. In the final moments of that fight when she died, I thought we were going to die as well. Yet a portal opened to Hamlet, though I did not know where it led. And being
And he looks for a word and just can't find it.
the chosen leader of the group, I made a decision that I do not regret, and I will not regret. But I chose to throw one of our own through that portal in hopes that it would save his life. Turns out, we did not die. But he and his own have left the group due to such actions. I do not want to be a leader that's just chosen in times of good or in times of bad. And I do not ask to be your leader now. Just know that when it comes to your lives, I am here to protect them.
And he'll look out towards the window that looks over Hamlet.
But them as well. I stand for Zodal and Hyronius and myself. And I will stand for you all as well, as long as you walk with me.
You'll see Gimbal stop. Even as you begin to say all this, he'll stop tinkering with the items he found and set them down. And Brim, as you start to finish what you're saying, you'll actually see Gimbal walk towards you.
Hold that thought real quick, Gimbal, as well. I want to acknowledge and thank all of our raiders from Troll Lord Games. And as a result of that raid tonight, we will be giving away this 5th edition hardback guide to the World of Aird. So if you've ever wanted to play Castles and Crusades and be in the World of Aird, or use the 5th edition rules for the World of Aird, this glossy print hardcover book, full color. It is gorgeous inside. This will be our giveaway tonight, and we'll draw names throughout the evening, and then we will do the giveaway with the names that are drawn throughout the evening at the end. So I'll kick off that giveaway in just a moment, but the artwork and everything in here is just gorgeous. So thank you again to Chuck, Steven, our great sponsor at Troll Lord Games. This will be our giveaway tonight, and please pick it up where you were, Rory.
And Brim, and it is obvious to everyone, but especially, as you had pointed out the scars, when you see Gimbal walking towards you, his missing ear and his fingers, he walks to you, and you're standing, correct?
Sitting.
Sitting.
He's seated in front of the altar on the ledge with his sword on the ground.
Okay. So even seating, even though you are sitting down, your height is much greater than Gimbal's. You're probably 2 GSUs.
Gimbal standard units for all of our new followers.
And as he approaches you, I just look at you, Brim. And he'll look back at you, Nerve. Not in a malicious way, but just kind of in a thoughtful way. It is not because I'm in fear of my life or believe that you are perfect as a leader. It was soon after we met, we talked about the differences that we have where we come from. It was soon after we met that I made you all breakfast and brought you a lot of milk. It was later that I insistently came to your room after hardship and washed your feet. And no matter what, you always came after me. Even when I went off and did my little Gimbal stuff and got my Gimbal rocks and did things that didn't always make sense. That persistency, that determination, and the strength of your heart above your arms. And you'll see I'll take a knee in front of you and give you a bow. That is why I will always be by your side.
And you'll see Lilith move from beside you and actually sit on the floor in front of you as she kind of leans into one of your legs and just kind of hugs the one leg, like because if you're sitting down, right, legs down. Don't get gross, Josh.
I'm sorry. Did you tell Josh not to breathe?
Yes. As she kind of looks up at you, again, you see her rub that ring on her finger and her skin tone changes. And she just looks directly at you and she smiles. Question for you, Nerve and Bertha. We've experienced a lot of death along the way. If there's a way that you guys know how you want us to handle your death, if that does happen, please let us know.
Welcome to Blue Box.
It would be quite weird, impossible. If you know what, sure.
We just mean like ceremonies. I mean, Gimbal has died and come back, and that's just, not happen very often. But I think we found ourselves in situations in which we wanted to be mindful of that and respectful.
Well, dear child, if it brings you comfort, I would like to be laid to rest and have my body burn while prayers to Palor are being said in my name.
As she shifts her focus from Berta to Nerve.
Well, he just kind of stares at the large statue. I haven't really even thought about what I would do if I died. Really, at all. Probably should, though, considering, and he kind of like holds the place where Brim had hit him last. And he'll just like audibly just swallow. I'll get back to you on that.
I know it seems odd. And take your time. But once you've been on the other side, it just changes perspectives. So make your peace.
They just kind of nod and I'll give it some thought. He'll kind of like walk away just a little bit, just kind of trail off, looking down at the floor, like actually thinking about it now, like,
How about we go get some breakfast?
Yeah, I just gotta go grab my other stuff. I'm not gonna leave it here.
What other stuff?
Oh, I just found some items that would be helpful to us, but
Oh,
I'm still figuring them out.
it burns?
Yep.
Gotcha.
It burns me to say it, but yeah, I got him there.
Oh, Rory. Bad, Rory.
I like that one. That was a good joke.
As you're speaking, you hear the door opening to the chapel, and you see a man standing in the entryway looking in. His eyes clearly adjusting as he's trying to squint inside to the darkened area of the chapel, but you can see sunlight glinting off of what looks like plate armor pauldrons. You hear a voice ring out, "Hello!" Brim, Lilith, Gimble, are you in there? You of the Wayward Bolt.
Brim keeps his sword unsheathed.
Who is it?
We are here.
Oh, excellent. He comes walking in, his armor slapping against the tiles. As he steps in, you can see the man looks like he's about, just over 6 feet tall. He is wearing armor with a symbolism that you recognize. He is from the free city of Greyhawk, where you have all been before. As he comes walking in, his stride is long and purposeful. He holds a large pike in one hand, point lifted high in almost parade or ceremonial fashion. And he walks up right amidst the group of you and stops a few feet away. I am Cromis. I come in the name of Rufus, who has sent me here, and I have word for you.
And?
You are to return at once to the free city of Greyhawk.
For?
A meeting.
With Rufus?
No,
Why has he not come here?
he is attending to his friend. You are to be blessed with a meeting with the Council of Eight. Matters of import, and you are to be seen with it.
John, would I recognize who the Council of Eight are?
Absolutely. I mean, that is wide enough, well-known enough lore in the world of Greyhawk. That is easy for you to attend, yes.
Brim will take a deep breath of the room. Does he smell anything?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did someone fart or?
Yeah.
No, nothing sweet,
Brim ain't
nothing
forgetting
sweet and
that crap.
necrotic.
And Gimble was actually getting really excited at this news until I hear you take that
Like
deep
that.
breath. And then, my dreams are shattered.
Also, John, where did you get that mini from?
I'll tell you about that later.
Okay. I have exact miniatures.
The Council of
those.
who?
Do you really? Oh.
Yeah.
As he stands there, he notices you inhaling deeply, and he kind of gives you a quizzical look. You detect neither the sweet necrotic scent of a paling, nor the powerful and romantic cologne of Yaj-Tax. You simply smell the scent of a working soldier who's traveled some distance. And he looks at you again. I trust you will attend with all haste and diligence. You must get to the free city. The Council of Eight wait for no one.
And what of Rufus? Is he still alive?
Rufus? Of course. He is attending to the body of Baron. It is he who sent me here. On the behest of the Council of Eight.
Well, I mean, considering where we're desired to go, as he looks at to each of you, obviously we haven't said yes to this. Has a means of quick transportation been provided to us?
There are horses. They are ready.
Better than my little legs.
As you say horses, she turns to look at Brim.
Don't suppose you have an ox?
There is a wagon as well.
Wait, what about breakfast?
Berta will kind of just I don't think I've ever ridden a horse, and I might be a little small.
He seems to grow a little bit flustered. The means of your travel are not as important as getting there quickly. Whether you are in the wagon with Brim, or whether you ride a pony, or whether they carry you upon your shoulders, you must attend to the Council of Eight with all haste.
Sir,
Oh, Gimble, they have horses your size.
sir, when you get to be my age, nothing is a rush. Everything just takes the time it takes. So I'd really appreciate it if you would stop rushing my friends.
you see, he bites his tongue a bit. I mean no disrespect. Surely you must see the importance. What has happened here to this place is no happenstance.
Bertha, ma'am, if you like, you could always ride with me.
Brim is mumbling in the back and will sheath his sword as he begins to walk forward.
And though this town is no happenstance, I am not done here.
His neck cranes up as you walk toward him.
Thank you for the invitation. But unless they're going to wait a lot longer, I am here for the people of this town.
I mean, is it possible that support can be brought here? Because, like Brim says, we're well connected in more ways than one here. And I understand what you're saying and where you want us to go and who you want us to see and the importance of that. But we see value in the people here. And I think that's what, Brim, you're saying, right? No? Yes?
I think he's had a long ride. The tavern is where we're headed, if you wish to rest for the night.
He looks at Berta, the chastising "hold your horses, Sonny" that she got a moment ago. He looks up at Brim, kind of craning his neck once more. He gives a double take to Nerve. It is, as you say, it is night. I will not travel this night as well, but all of you, you must leave in the morning. This town is in... I understand the sentiments that you carry toward it, and we mean it no ill will, but there are much greater things afoot than what happens to this place. And it might be well if you were to leave the rat behind.
All
With
right.
that, Bertha will make her way up to this man and kind of just like beckon him down to her because, again, she's 2'8" and she's holding up her hand. And she'll take his if he...
Yeah, well, he kind of takes that, he kind of leans over. I mean, you see he's giving a deference to Berta for certain.
So she'll take his hand and just kind of turn and like start leading him away, walking back towards the town. And just saying, the Nerve is our friend. He'll stay with us, thank you. But you could use some food. You look a little hectic. And she'll just kind of like waddle and try and lead him away.
You see, again, he looks clearly perplexed, but he takes your hand and he's kind of looks over his shoulder. But you understand it is very important. We must get there soon, yes? Did you just stroke his hand?
Yeah, just strokes his hand.
Bertha's like, chill.
Okay. All right. So
Nerve's gonna look at Brim and Lilith and Gimbal like as Bertha's leading this gentleman away, and he says, "We're gonna get breakfast first before we go, right?"
Yes, Nerve. We'll meet you there.
I'll get a table.
Okay.
If anything, he'll go off and he's gonna go and get the table ready.
Okay. All right. And anyone else doing anything here before you head over to the welcome wench?
Lilith will just turn to Gimbal and Brim now that they're kind of just alone for a minute.
Okay.
What do you think? I'm not sure I'm ready to leave Hamlet quite yet.
I am not. It's too sudden. There's still so much to be done, houses to be rebuilt.
Lilith, you asked the other two something that they clearly had never thought about, and we had not thought about either. About death. When are we ever ready for anything? I don't mean to rush us out of here. I do recognize who he's talking about. I'm just saying maybe that same thought of if we stay another week or a month or a year, are we even willing to leave at that point? Or the work and the effort and the connections we make, we just stuck here even more. When are we ever ready for anything? And when is anything ever ready for us? And he'll kind of wave at you two and chuckle.
I don't think we're necessarily ready for anything, but I'm just scared.
I can relate to that.
You have this discussion as you're moving along the roads of Hamlet. It is late in the afternoon now, having spent time in prayer and conversation, and you guys can continue. I'm not trying to rush you, but as you walk past, again, the chill of winter air, light dusting of snow on the roads, and day by day, it seems as though the life of the town returns to some semblance of normalcy. Children that survived run around playing silly games, their parents still repairing structures that are partially destroyed, tending, trying to replant and prepare for spring that will undoubtedly come, symbolically representing the birth and the rebirth of Hamlet as it is seen many times over. As each of you are walking, I'd like you, Nerve, who have only been here for the first time now for the past 2 weeks, tell us something you see, think, or feel as you're walking through the townscape.
So Nerve kind of got to see a little bit of the before and after of Hamlet. Again, he had lost his leg due to the devastation, the attack on the city. So it's not that he doesn't know what Hamlet used to look like, but he does feel a sense of pride in what has been rebuilt, and that he has been a part of that healing process. So as he goes through, and even though the rest of the group does see just mass devastation, he does see hope in that. And he's also just feeling very hungry.
Very nice. And we won't do everyone, but same question for you, Anaho.
As Gimble's walking and talking to the others, his eyes will fixate on that tree, but not like previously. This time it'll just be more remembrance of the group, the humorous times we had within the taverns, and a little smile on his face, thinking of the life that's coming back to the place.
Nice. All right. In a few moments, you all make your way in. The welcome wench is already beginning to fill for the evening. You see there are patrons surrounding at all the tables, the fresh sense of the evening meal being prepared. And in fact, it looks as though it's a little busier than normal even, if it's just simply, again, the return to the normal routines of town life. And as you walk in, though your table, it has been reserved now the last several nights. No one sits there. As you walk in, you see Lara Osler Gundigut's granddaughter. She stands there. She welcomes you openly. Her arms go wide as you walk in. And she says, "Hello, my friends. Good evening. Welcome."
Nerves be like, "Hello, always good to see a friendly face." As I'm sure he was like the first one to kind of walk in since he was ahead of everybody.
Your table is prepared, and I have a surprise for you this evening. And with that, she kind of wanders back and leaves you to go to the table on your own.
Nerve like looks at everyone like, "Ooh, surprise!" As he kind of like walks, his little tail flicks back and forth as he goes to the table.
Baritha is still holding on to the guy's hand and kind of just like, "Come on, this way." Like, just imagine like a father being led by his toddler child, like, "This way." is what is happening here.
Bryn's going to keep an eye.
program.
Oops, sorry. Bryn's going to keep an eye on Bertha and Cromit.
Uh-huh.
Wallace and Cromit. And he's just like, if he makes any sort of aggressive action towards Bertha, he's going to regret it. But he's just staying silent as he follows the group into the tavern, ducking his head as usual.
Okay. As you do, you get to your table. Cromit looks around, and he seems familiar with the place. In fact, there are a few of the patrons that seem to recognize him, but he still looks uncomfortable and stiff in his full plate armor. He slides his helmet off, and you see a dark mop of hair, kind of heavy ringlets that fall a bit around his skin, olive in color. He sets it down, and he looks around, clearly impatient, but also you can see a weariness in his eyes. He traveled hard and fast to get here. And as he looks around, he says, "You have done so much for these people. You are to be commended. And there is a deep gratitude here. Your work has been done."
So, why do the council of eight? Why do they want to see us? As we're starting to order our food.
As well to ask, my friend, why the sands still burn in the Sea of Dark Sun. It is unknown. The ways of the council are not to be lightly taken. It seems.
You mean they didn't tell you?
Precisely.
Okay.
I do not merit the disclosure of their dealings. I am simply their hand. I am their voice, nothing more.
Who is still on the Council of Eight?
Do you not know them?
Well, yes, but not all of them. So that's why I'm asking you to.
I can give this to you, but you must understand that they are changing at times, and even the great Morland Kanan, he grows old, though he staves off these things with his powers. What is that? And you see he arches a brow, and you see Lara comes walking toward the table, and she's holding in her hands a massive pie with steam coming off of it.
Oh, Lilith isn't immediately interested all of a sudden.
And she sets it on the table, and it looks like it's baked with some kind of fresh berries, and it's got steam rising off it, a crisp baked crust across the top, large enough for all of you. And she says, "I'm not sure why, but in thanks, it seemed as though today nothing would be more fitting of gratitude than to give you this pie." And she slides it across the table.
Before it even touches the table, there's already a piece missing, and Lilith is sitting there eating it. And she's like,
Nerf keeps trying to touch the tin. He's like, ow, ow, ow.
"It is pie day."
And with that, she smiles and she walks away.
Brim will kind of reach up in her direction and just give thanks.
Thank you.
She nods. As you bite in, it is flavorful, bursting with different berries, the crust crisp and flaky, the scent of butter, some sort of herbs that have been baked into it. Even Kromic deigns to take a small slice, and in moments all of your bellies are being filled with this, and it is quite tasty. It does take an edge off the nerves, no pun intended. And
all the puns.
All the puns.
Good joke.
And many of the patrons look over, and the levity seems a bit less forced this evening. The drink is beginning to flow. Ales are going to the tables, serving maids moving back and forth. Several of the patrons nod and lift their glasses to you, hands still grimy with the work of the day, and yet the spirit of the people continues to rise with each day.
Seems like the city's healing. as he's working on his second bit of pie already.
Do we know how long the travel is from here to there? Because we've gone there before, right?
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
remind me.
on horseback, you're looking at a good solid 10 days.
Did I happen to find anything in the large amount of items that I put in my pack from Burns' office that would help us?
Help you with travel? No, remember now you haven't identified all of them. You have the potions that I referenced. You have a quill, and then you found a scroll tube that had 2 scrolls inside of it. You managed to nick all of this off the tables as you went. The only thing that you have been able to identify thus far is that one of the potions is a potion of greater invisibility. The other items you have not yet identified.
Potions, quill, 2 scrolls. 1 potion is greater invisibility.
Yeah, there were a total of 3 potions that you found.
3 potions.
3 potions, 2 scrolls in this slender bone tube, the quill, which is clearly magical, and the 3 potions, only one of which you've identified as being of greater invisibility.
Okay.
Anyone else doing anything or saying anything, or?
Brim.
Bertha is trying to make
No, Berta, you go.
make small talk with this very tall, lanky, armored up man next to her. As she eats her pie, and she's just like looking at him like, "It's good, huh? Like, it's good. Like, you needed this. Would you like a drink? We can get you a drink."
Oh, I'm sorry, you're speaking to Kromek? I'm sorry, I missed that. He looks over at you. No, I do not imbibe while I am on duty. It is, well, to be honest with you, I enjoy it a bit too much, and I am prone to partake above what I should. When on duty, this is not good for me.
Yes, I think we've all had a moment like that in our lives. And she just continues to eat, not indulging at all about what moment she might be speaking about of Berta gone wild. Like, just...
So, as he's imbibing of the pie and enjoying himself, he looks back over at you, Gimbal, and he says, again, the members of the council, they are often attended by Byrne. He has traveled and visited the city many times, but you still have Mordenkainen and Bigby and Tenser. You have Atuluk and Otto. You have Reri and Nistel and Liamond. They are all of these still upon the council.
So sick.
Brim, if you're paying any attention to the conversation, you're gonna Gimbal's face. You know, he was excited before you took the sniff, and then as it, you know, this is legitimate. That excitement, the giddiness that you've seen in Gimbal, like with the snowball fights and any other time that he just kind of had that joyfulness to him. But you can tell that I'm also like tempering my excitement. Like, I just got a gift and you didn't, and I don't know how to handle that kind of feeling.
When the topic of the council comes up again, Brim would actually stand and palm his milk mug and put it in front of Cromit and just nod to him with just blank stare, and then look over at you, Gimbal, and just smile softly. And he'll turn to move and like make his rounds around the room and just kind of see people, talk with them, see how they are doing, what still needs to be done, and just doing that.
As he walks away, his heavy footsteps thunk, thunk, thunk. Even when he tries to walk softly, it does not go so well for Brim. His head ducking low from the rafters. And each of you stare across the table. Brim, you notice you walk around, unlike the very first time. It's not so long ago. You recall the awkward stairs. The first time you sat here in the welcome wench and the people completely unused to and uncomfortable with one of your sort here. And now to see how all of those uncomfortable stares and the judgment has transferred to adulation and a feeling of respect almost universally among the townspeople. Even with all that's happened, it is difficult not to feel a sense of gratification as you walk. But you also note there seems to be something of a strange, strange mood among some of the people. There are looks being given. Occasionally, you catch a bit of a knowing glance from one to another as you walk through.
Like sensual, or like?
I'm sorry. Did you say sensual?
Yes.
No, not sensual.
Like, is something about to happen in this tavern tonight that Brim does not want to be
Wait a
around
minute, he's staring at my man.
I do like where your head's at, Josh. Though when I say the look, that's immediately where your mind goes.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's Josh.
it is not that. Hey, wait, don't get Vivi started. That's how she killed or defeated the Overgord. Her bard sang some Marvin Gaye, and that was it. So as you're doing this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to announce our first giveaway winner, or not winner, entrant. So if you joined us tonight, thank you to our friends at Troll Lord Games. We're giving away tonight this gorgeous 5th edition player's guide, hardback cover to the World of Aird, full color. It's got all the illustrations, all the tables. It allows you to take your game and put it right in the World of Aird with the 5e rule set, and of course adaptable really to any rule set. This is a gorgeous piece. And so you're going to type hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat. And when we draw your name, you have not won yet. Your name will be assigned to one of these players who will roll for you at the end of tonight's stream. And it is a shorter stream tonight. We're not going to go as long as we normally do. We have an obligation with one of our players. And so the first person that is in this giveaway entry, and this will go to Vivi. Tonight, Vivi, you will be rolling for.
I was like, I didn't enter.
Vivi, you will be rolling for. Let me see here. Let me find my Nightbot, and it is Greg. You have Justinius. Go ahead and keep typing the Blue Box RPG. We're going to roll again as we go to break here in a few minutes. But you type hashtag BlueBoxRPG, that enters you in the giveaway. Vivi will have Greg, that's Justinius, in the giveaway for this gorgeous hardback cover of the Troll Lord's Eye. Also, for you TLG fans that are still in our chat tonight, thank you for the follows that came in. And do not miss Tears of Aird on Sundays. That is in the World of Aird, built by Steven and the team over there at Troll Lord Games. And that is just getting kicked off. That is only a few sessions in now to the adult versions of the characters in that campaign. Just really the start of the story. I did also see in the chat earlier, I don't know if it was answered, someone asked, what session this is on. With Greyhawk Awakening, we're on session 100 and I forget what it is tonight. Somebody can pop it in the chat. But the important thing to note is that there are 3 books in this story. And this book is about to go back on ice or be paused, and we start the brand new book 3 on May 2nd. So if you are wanting to jump in the story at a new point, there's a great point to do that. We'll have a session 0 on April 18th, I'll talk about in a moment, and then we will have session 1 on May 2nd, part of this overall story, but the new book, book 3, launching on May 2nd. All right, I come back to the party as Brim wanders around the tavern, as the patrons are enjoying themselves, as the pie dwindles before you. Anything else that you are doing or saying here in the tavern? Nope.
No, Nerv would just be making conversation with the group and whoever else just about the progress of the town. Like I said, he's just proud of the fact that it's starting to kind of come back to some sense of normalcy.
Bertha will thank everyone for the lovely day and the delicious food and make her way upstairs because she is old and needs her beauty sleep.
Bertha, as you turn and get ready to head upstairs, it is you that catch the eye of Lara. And she's standing behind the bar, and she seems to make some kind of a signal with her hand. As she does so, the bard in the corner who's been playing the music since you walked in suddenly changes the tune that he's been playing and moves it to a more lively tilt. As he does so, you see several of the townspeople start to kind of crowd around, and in moments, there is actually a gathering coming around the table of the Wayward Bolt. Bertha, you're squeezed back in among the group, and you see as this is happening, several of the townspeople jostling about, eyes of expectation, and Lara kind of makes a hand motion, and the crowd parts. You see this man that you've come to know over the past few days. He was the former councilman, Ronan, who has now been running the town, acting as mayor in the last 2 weeks during much of the rebuilding. A man in his perhaps mid-40th winter with a sparse pate of brown hair and a thin mustache. He steps forward, and as he looks around, a couple of people wrap their mugs on the table, and the music goes quiet. If I may have everyone's attention, please. We have some announcements to make here. And everyone slowly kind of gets quiet, and he says, you of the Wayward Boat, it would be of the grossest misunderstatement to say that we owe you so much. And it is for this reason that we here, the remaining, the steadfast, and the rebuilding members of the storied and noble town of Hamlet, we hereby make a decree, and we wish to share this with you. So if you will attend forthwith, I shall tell you this: Blue Box is going to break. And we'll return with the decree from the town of Hamlet for the party right when we come back from break. Before we go to break, we do have a couple of quick announcements. Reminder, our giveaway, type hashtag BlueBoxRPG. We'll make 4 more draws for that tonight, and we won't have a whole lot of time, about an hour coming back after the break before we'll be wrapping up tonight. I do want to say thank you again to all my players. We have just 2 more sessions of Book 1 coming up after this, and I promised everyone a preview. So let me click over here, and let me pull this up. And so all of you get to now, this will be shown again tomorrow night because it is for tomorrow night. This is the new Lore Masters Arcanum. Whoops, wrong thing. I just clicked. New Lore Masters Arcanum. Hang on here. I got to bring my... It's going to be like a mirror inside of a mirror inside of a mirror. Somehow I got my Twitch thing up. There we go. Got it. Lore Masters Arcanum intro video. Now you say, why would we care that much about that?
Why would we care that much?
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. Because it is actually super freaking cool. And there's going to be a brand new intro video made for Tears of Air on Sundays, and a brand new intro video for Greyhawk Awakening Book 3 that will all be of similar production quality. Now, when I go to break, I'll also show you the teaser again for Greyhawk Awakening Book 3, but we have custom artwork, custom audio work, custom intros, much of which goes to the credit of Demon Gun. John, who's on with us tonight, we'll talk about him in a moment. And some of the Tailspire crew. Hob doing absolutely sick artwork as always for us here on Blue Box. And Hob, I got a couple more ideas. I want to do a custom piece of merch artwork, Hob, that we can do T-shirts and some other stuff that's Blue Box, but it's got like some extra flavor to it. You know, something that's kind of swaggy for some Blue Box merch. I've got some ideas I want to talk with you. I think we could do something super cool. But check what. All right, here we go. Watch this. This is so cool. Shut up, Josh. That custom work, custom music, everything all put
That's
together
so awesome.
by Joffrey of Dice Songs. You see him in the chat tonight. He's our newest sponsor, and he does absolutely incredible work. And thank you so much for all the feedback, everyone. Huzzah to Joffrey. And we're going to have stuff like that for Tears of Arid, for Greyhawk Awakening Book 3. Just really bringing these stories to life. And we're going to have character art. So, Hob, did you see your Sentinel in there as well?
I definitely saw her in there.
Yeah, super cool. You had the artwork from Anna B. Meyer. You had the classic, pieces from old school D&D lore. You even have Bill the Master Crafter's Coliseum in there that he does for the joust, the Grand Joust of Altamira. Just really, really cool stuff. And we're just trying to bring you more and more fun stuff like that here at Blue Box. So as we go to break, you do hashtag BlueBoxRPG. Everybody grab some coffee. And before we go to break, we do have one question for you tonight. And tonight we're going to have Becca ask the question.
Yeah, Becca. Yeah.
Working on like 3% brain power. Got it. Okay. If you are watching Blue Box and you aren't a sub, I don't know how this goes, John. You want to help me out with this?
No, I'm just gonna listen to you struggle.
You're doing good, Becca.
The question is, guys, what is the question? You guys-
Somebody want to help her out, or all right, I'll do it for you, Becca. But you're gonna have to do it at the end. So I'm expecting a virtuoso performance at the end of tonight's stream. If you're watching tonight and you haven't given us a follow, if you're a follower and you haven't given us a sub, and subs are free on Amazon Prime, or if you are a sub whose sub has expired and you have not resubscribed, we have one question for you here tonight at Blue Box. What are you doing? Come on, Becca. Give us a follow, give us a sub. Short break. Blue Box. We'll be right back and watch what we play at the break.
That was great, Becca. I loved it.
Yeah, well done.
That's amazing. Way better. We should go with that one.
that should be my standard.
Guys.
If you're watching, what's the question?
I loved it.
What's the question? It was great. And all day today with the migraine, and I will throw up on you if you make me go.
Josh is like, go ahead, Becca.
Yeah, Becca.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Hey, John.
Good.
Yes.
I liked it.
For the giveaway, anyone that entered before their first drawing, do they need to enter again?
No, but it won't hurt if they do. I'm leaving the same giveaway up. That way, if, for example, if just any... Oh, yeah, and I'll mention it again after the break, Manda. But you can see there's a pinned message up there. And I'm going to talk about April and the what we're doing in April, the month of one-shots. And it's going to be awesome. So we'll talk about that again after the break. Take a couple minutes, grab yourself some water, some coffee, use the restroom, and we'll lock in for the last hour here tonight of Greyhawk Awakening.
Did you guys see where to go now? Oh, where to go? It was posted by GF Powers 4. He made the comment, Becca,
What are you doing? Just trying to do it. Give her a break. She has a headache, migraine.
She was actually knocked out all day today.
He's so selfish with a migraine and not a us grain.
It's in the family name, so.
Why does everything have to be about you, Josh? That's what I want to know.
I wanna know.
Can you
Tell me about these strangers like me. Tell me more.
He didn't really have to go that hard on that whole album, but he did.
He did. 100% he did. I'm just going to pin this in our group real quick.
No, don't do it. It's not fun without it.
Look at it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Pin it.
No,
Are you sure you want to pin it? Oh, yeah. Don't remove the pin. I'll put it back on. Don't unpin.
Wait.
Sing it, y'all. Cameron, you better be singing with us, though, if we're going to sing. Are you singing at home?
Cameron, I love you.
Everyone, join hands. Everyone, we're all going to sing together.
What song are we singing though? If you're watching, what are you doing? Why are you
If
watching
you're
us?
watching, what is the question?
Oh, that's what you're pinning. Yes.
That's what I'm pinning.
I should pin that over in the Ford campaign too.
Don't
You
do it.
should, just to keep it, because it's nice to have, especially when you're gonna call people out. At least you can go right to the
Yeah.
pin. Like,
Vantalord is like, because even I fumble over that thing, especially when I'm DMing on
then
Sundays.
pin it. Copy paste.
Vantalord just like nails it each time. He
That's good.
yeah.
Oh,
I guess I can unpin this one.
my tummy's rumbly.
Is it a pinup then? I think
What?
you're muted. Or you just
Who,
didn't
me?
actually say it. Yeah.
I said I think it's a pin down, or is it a pin down?
Hey, yo.
Okay,
What?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
No,
Now,
absolutely
right where
not.
everyone is
Not, not acceptable.
Really?
So the
Why would you leave right this
decision-
second?
Johnson,
get-
it's time to go.
I always
get
forget that John is
Greyhawk
here.
awaken- Yeah.
I forget that you're here until your audio comes up. I'm like, where's that voice coming
A
from?
ghost.
Well, I try to save it for the important stuff.
Yes,
Right? Like
no, that's
the whether to get the like black glossy Greyhawk Awakening mug or to get the Blue Box RPG mug is honestly
You
the
just
decision
get 'em
shouldn't be this
both.
difficult. But I'm struggling.
It's not difficult,
Whoa.
John.
You just
get 'em
get both. That's exactly
What
what
can
you
you
No,
do.
do?
my wife. No, I can't.
One for you, one for your wife. It's a gift.
Hey, John, you just tell, hey, look, this guy has been one of my top Patreons for a long time. That pays for a couple of mugs right now. I'm
Oh,
playing.
she'd be like, "Well, you got your money,
on.
right?" And then she'd like slam dunk it in the trash, right? Like, just don't give me that.
Who even are these people?
No, it's tough because I'll go on tirades of like, "We have too much stuff, we got to get rid of it," and then she's like, "What about your mugs?"
No.
I
need
think you
'em.
should get the Greyhawk mug.
I think I'm gonna get the one with the logo on it because it's got the logo on it, and then if I'm on stream drinking a
Then you
coffee
can
or something,
have.
then
Facts.
I like this Greyhawk mug.
did you? I know, right?
It's nice.
Did you figure out the quality of the men's polo premium? Is it worth it?
Yeah, I just got it. It's I believe the brand is Port Authority, the actual make. It's
Oh, yeah.
nice. It's nice. It's kind of lightweight. It's definitely like a great polo for summer.
Is it
think-
cotton? Is it like what is it?
Oh, that's a good
Oh
question.
no, it's 65% polyester
Yeah.
and 35%.
Yeah, it's like a lightweight semi-synthetic material from Port Authority. It looks like it's got the gathering at the sleeves. It's got like the extra reinforcement on the buttons. It's a nice looking.
I think I'm gonna hold off on until the hoodie makes it.
Do we sell socks?
Actually, I can get. Do you want socks? I can do
I
socks.
would love socks.
I saw the Tears of Air mug. It's so cool too.
Oh, is it? Well, we're gonna have one like that for book 3, and then
The
actually.
Undercity Rats one is so.
Oh, I know. I
think
love
some
that one.
some black socks with like just the logo like printed all over it. I would wear the heck out of those.
Boxer shorts. I thought we were gonna do blue box boxers.
Yes.
I don't think
Blue
that's
boxers.
I don't think that's an option, but
box
I'll look
boxers.
leg warmers.
Blue box.
Yeah.
Blue boxers?
Blue box boxers.
Is that
blue
like blue,
boxers?
blue box?
Blue
FL?
bloxers. Blue bloxers.
Say that 3 times fast.
Blue
Say,
bloxers,
say, say,
blue bloxers, blue bloxers, blue bloxers, blue bloxers, blue bloxers.
Shut up! You
blue
just think you're
bloxers,
better
blue
than us,
bloxers.
huh? You just-
What? What?
wow.
She's
All right,
compensating.
here we go.
for
We're
that
coming
for the
back
last
on
2
video.
years.
3, 2, 1.
Gonna be good at something, okay, Rory? Leave me alone.
And she could say blue boxers really well.
Blue boxers.
All right, so I will. We're waiting for a couple of folks to get back here, so no worries, no rush. But I was going to mention.
Antiquitous, where would you want the placement of the dragon?
Right in the middle.
Where you
On,
want the
on
dragon?
the cheek or in the front?
Of course you leave that to Alexander.
glitter.
Of course, Alexander. And so what they're talking about, if you haven't seen it here, let me show this here. So this is the new-ish Blue Box website. We launched this a couple of months ago. Thank you to Tom Vantalord. A lot of work that was done by Rory, a little dash from me some help from Amanda as well, and the merch store here. Reminder on this merch store, every bit of profit, every cent of profit goes directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So there is no profit. We are not making any money on this. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose is to give cool stuff to our fans, to rep the merch, but then also to support St. Jude. When you look at these prices, keep in mind, they include two things. What two things do they include, Roy?
They include taxes and shipping.
Taxes and shipping. So that
$16.95 shipping.
Yeah, that $16.95. It's USPS first class. I think it's all baked in. So when you hit that number, that is the number. It should be. If anything is not consistent with what I'm saying in your experience, please let me know. But you've got all the mugs here. You've got the tumbler. You've got a Blue Box mug. We did a couple of. So when you hover over, like this shows the front and back of each of these notebooks. You've got the phone, and when you click, for example, let's say you have an iPhone. When you click these, you have the option to see each of the different models. So we can do everything from all the way back to, I think, an iPhone 7 or 8, all the way up through the 14 Pro Max. And so you just...
And if you have a razor, just kidding.
Yeah, if you,
Perfect, finally.
If you have a razor, just go watch Critical Role. And then so we have we have this cool blue box. Now I have actually 4 new pieces of merch. I was trying to get them in before tonight, but I will show. I'll have them up definitely before tomorrow night's Lore Masters Arcanum. I have a blue box tote bag that can come in black or tan, which is super cool.
I have the black one.
I have also a blue box men's tank and women's tank with the racer back on it for summer. And what was the other thing I created? I got like 4 things that'll go, and I'll make sure we have socks. We'll have the blue box socks ready to go.
Let's do this for winter people who live in Arctic climates.
Oh, Lord Taker. So your son, who is now 30, is oh wow, that's fantastic. I mean, not fantastic, obviously, but that he's getting support from St. Jude, and that he's a survivor. So awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. Hey, thank you so much, Chuck. No, not Shade. I like Critical Role. I'm just teasing. It was just the first name that came.
No, it's Shade. We hate Critical.
No, we don't.
Tell them that.
We don't. We love
Email
them. They're awesome.
And tell them that.
They are awesome. All right, so we're still waiting for Josh to come back.
Hey, John.
Yeah, huh?
As a slight plug for the website, if they are having any of those issues that you had mentioned may or may not exist ever, then there is that contact us portion of it too, that they can submit any comments or issues or anything.
That's exactly right. Very good. Thank you, Rory. Well done. So tomorrow night, we have, of course, the 3D printing show with Fraley. That's going to be fun. And the giveaways that he is doing are awesome. Ruined structures, 3D printed ruined structures like you might find right now in certain parts of Hamlet. And then next week, at a special time at 7 o'clock, Central Time, so later than normal, because of GaryCon. We have several of our normal streamers are going to be at GaryCon. Lord Gazumba, our friend Jay, will be at GaryCon. He's going to be running a show. Hey, thank you so much. AJ Nevins, we appreciate the gift subs, my friend. Thank you so much for that. And also for subbing yourself at Tier 1. Much appreciated. So Throw Dice Like a Girl will feature these 6 now on video, amazing women. So you've got Manda, Mystical Unicorn, who will be with us. You have Meg, Biscotti Hottie, who will be with us. You have Courtney of Figuratively Speaking Minis. You have Ashlyn, the Dollar Store DM. And you have Rachel and Cameron from our Sunday Tears of Airage stream. This flyer shows all of their socials. The title was picked by these amazing ladies, and it's going to be covering the experiences that gamer girls have, both the good, the bad, and yes, some of the ugly, including social biases, sometimes implicit, sometimes explicit, and outright misogyny and chauvinism that is sometimes displayed, whether it be in video gaming, in the RPG world, in cosplay, and or mini painting, terrain building, experiences that they face, but then also the triumphs and what they bring to the tables and what they would like to see, their vision for the future of the hobby. And so it is going to be an absolutely fantastic special 2-hour show 1 week from tomorrow night. Mark your calendars, plan on being there for that. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. All right.
Yay.
It is hereby... Nope. It is hereby decreed that we wish to I acknowledge the work. Where did it go? I lost my accent. Hold on, let me
Deeper
get
than
back.
that, John.
Yeah,
Deeper than that.
No, not the tavern, not the mayor. Mayor Ronan was not. I'll find it here in a second. You do multiple voices, sometimes you lose them. So hang on here.
Come on, John. This is so unprofessional.
That is so unprofessional. Hey, you gotta.
We're losing it.
You gotta show. The immersion is disappearing, wafting away like smoke on the breeze. So he says, "We must absolutely thank each of you for your contributions and what you have done here for us. It has been now nearly 2 weeks since we lost so many of our people, and you have been kind to each of us. You have rebuilt our structures. You have lifted the downtrodden. You have been kind to all. And henceforth, the Wayward Bolt have a key to the city of Hamlet. And we are erecting a statue to each of you as soon as our structures are rebuilt. And we, with this, thank you and raise our tankards high. Huzzah! 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 There's a shout that goes up inside the tavern. And many of the tankards pound against the table as the music swells inside, and there is this eruption of gratitude, of thankfulness, and of celebration, like has not been seen in Hamlet now for many, many days. It takes several moments. There is backslapping, there is congratulatory commentary, there is hugging, there is. Are they still doing construction at my house? No. And as they come around, they hug. Even a couple that sort of gingerly hug Nerve as they walk by. And you are regaled with celebration. And this goes on for several moments. Different townspeople come by, they hug you, they thank you. But you also distinctly get the sense that they're saying goodbye. As all of this is going on, I would like to know, how is Brim reacting? Brim, you're kind of away from the rest of the group. You'd move through the party. How is Brim reacting to this?
He is straight-faced. This has taken him completely by surprise. And he's just standing there like people, like, of course, these are small people and they don't even, like, move him when they slap him on the back, but he's just shell-shocked. And then he'll look back towards the group at Lilith and Gimbal and Berta and Nerve.
You see Lilith, she's actually eating the pie. And any like crust bits, she's actually like putting in one of her pouches. She's actually just keeping some of them.
At the same time, you're going to see, as Lilith is eating the pie, you're going to see Gimbal stand on a chair and push
Let's go!
pie. He's going to push the pie closer to Lilith and give you a big old smile and even dip his finger in it and take a bite of it off his finger, off of his remaining finger. And he'll stand up on the table, and Brim, he's going to look straight at you. His hands are going to go up as he casts a spell and just get the sounds just like the days before, and he'll look for Laura as he's casting his spell to get the music going even louder.
And so they do, and soon there's stomping, and people, the ale is flowing, Laura bustling back and forth, and then they bring out the stronger spirits and start pouring shots and glasses all around, and it's almost as though there is an explosion of celebration coming, pent up. Many people who, even if their grieving had started to mellow, didn't feel it was appropriate comportment to begin to celebrate, and so somehow with this moment tonight, it has triggered this eruption, this relief of stress. Soon there is dancing. There are people spinning around in circles with a fervor that's almost manic, releasing these pent-up emotions. Many begin weeping and sobbing with joy, and you're all swept away. You're carried around inside the tavern. Berta, a man you've never seen before. Looks like he's a good 60 winters himself. He hefts you up. You can see the torchlight gleaming off the top of his bald pate, and he plants a big kiss on the side of your wrinkled cheek and spins you around. And places you down. Pardon me, ma'am. Sorry.
Bertha will like, Brim, like, help. And when she's set back down, she'll like take out her crochet hook and like kind of yield it as a weapon. Kind of just like find herself a spot to go sit down in the corner and crochet. If she has to be up, and in this, she's gonna go and it's time to make another hat or something.
Yeah, the gnomes are no strangers to celebration, but this is somewhat odd the way these humans are reacting. It is clearly an outpouring of emotion from them. As you kind of move off to a corner, warding off with your crochet hook. Gimbal, what are you doing atop this table?
Similar to last time, but not exactly. You know, casting, get the dancing lights going and get them spinning to get some of that excitement going and that awe, and then casting a prestidigitation to get the just emphasizing the sounds. But then, as he sees Laura bustling back and forth, he's gonna keep the sounds going. But then he's gonna look. He's gonna cast Shadow Step and just appear next to her. Say, well, looks like the time is now. May I have the dance?
And she smiles, her cheeks flushed red, a sheen of sweat on her brow, and she gives the slightest bow, not having to look down at you as you're standing on the table. And then as she reaches out, she takes both of your hands in hers, and she swings Gimbal off the table and so that your feet touch on the ground. And soon the two of you are swirling around, bumping into other people inside the welcome wench, dancing with fervor. And Rory, I would like to see you roleplay how Gimbal would dance. All right. Anyone else doing?
Really accurate to real life.
Thankfully, I didn't have to use hips.
All right. So, anyone else doing, thinking, seeing anything while this is happening?
Lois would just be eating her pie and taking some away, but also just every now and then just doing her check-ins so she knows exactly where Brim and Gimbal are at all times.
Okay. Anyone else?
Brim still kind of standing there looking around with a look of confusion and hurt.
Okay.
He'll kind of turn around and see the corner where Bertha is sitting, and he will wade through, arms up, kind of trying to step around people. And he'll, like, when people smile at him, he'll give them a smile that doesn't exactly reach the eyes, and get over to Bertha and just sit down in the corner with her.
When you get over to her, you'll notice that as though she might have a little bit of a frown on her face, and as she's crocheting, like, her foot is tapping to the beat of the music. So.
All right. And before I move to the next sort of description of what's happening, I'm going to go ahead and roll on the Nightbot again for another entrant into our giveaway tonight. So if your name comes up, you have not yet won. You will be rolled for at the end of the stream tonight, and we'll add this to Greg Justinius, who is already in the giveaway. It's hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat, and we already have a number of you in. And this is for the 5e hardback book, Guide to the World of Aird. And Manda, you are in the giveaway. So Manda, congrats. And Mystical Unicorn will be rolled for by Rory. And go ahead and keep typing it in the chat. We're going to roll 3 more times here before we get to the end. And then the players will all roll dice for the win. As this goes on for several moments, it's an extended celebration. The little bit of afternoon light that was coming through the windows is gone now completely. The darkness of a winter night outside, and it seems like this fervor goes on, and chairs are jostled over, drinks are sloshed upon the floor. There is just a sense of abandon, but then slowly, as the freneticism of the celebration begins to wane, there is a slow wind down of the celebration. You see Ronan, the new mayor of Hamlet. He comes walking forward, out of breath, chest panting, and he takes his mug and he taps it on the table, and the music stops, and the people all look around, gathering with attention, and slowly a somberness comes over them, as they seem to recognize that a moment has come, and they all look at you.
Brim will finally stand.
My friends, as I have said already, there are not enough thanks here in Hamlet for all of you. But it is not lost on us. There is something of much greater import. Even before Cromit came, we knew there are things afoot here in the Flanness, things of great importance, things that require great men and women to attend to. And we are not so selfish here in the town of Hamlet. We who have seen grave evil, even at our doorstep. And he kind of motions off to where the famed temple of elemental evil lies but miles away. And he says, and it is for this reason we have resolved that you must, that we implore you, though we cannot control you, we implore you with all the heartfelt meaning and love of the people of Hamlet, as we do indeed begin construction forthwith as soon as the last stone has been rebuilt upon our own town, that we raise the statue to the heroes of Hamlet, you the wayward bolt, that you must leave on the morrow. And even as he says this, you see the sweat on his cheek is mingled with a tear that falls, and you see several other townspeople, though their heads lower, there are nods that are given. We must ask for the good of all that you do as being asked. The Council of Eight, they are the protectors of all the Flanness. If they have summoned you, we know it is for our greatest of purpose. We knew you would not leave us of your own will and volition. But it is for this reason we are resolved, and we implore you do so. And with that, he kind of trails off, his final words trembling, and everyone waits in hushed silence.
Brim's head is bowed.
And you all feel this way.
You see, there is some muttering. You can tell there are probably a handful here who are uncertain, but no one raises a voice of objection, and most nod their heads solemnly. This is a town that is no stranger to resolve, and it appears that once again, the plucky little village of Hamlet understands what must be done, and if not unified, something akin to it. They accept this.
Brim.
I will defer to the wayward bolt on the decision of the statue.
As he will look over at the table. He's trying. You see his throat bobbing. He's trying to say something, anything. And just turns, and he's gonna walk out through the front door.
As you turn, Brim, before you can, just as you turn, right, seeing the struggle that you're having with the speech, and you turn away, you're going to hear a voice by your head as I cast ventriloquism. Remember, Brim, no matter what, we're right here.
Damn you, Rory. Brim's gonna stop, hand on a chair.
All voices, I mean, all eyes are on you. All heads pivot towards you. There is, there's still the panting of people who moments ago were dancing with abandon, shuffling of feet, murmurs and grunts, but no one speaks a word.
Brim slowly lets go of the chair. And if anyone can see the chair, it has cracked.
You were the first town we were accepted into. The first place we could lie our head. Hamlet. A people of strength. Camaraderie. Of friendship. And family. You have seen the best of us. And the absolute worst. And we have seen you in the same.
And he finally raises his head to look.
And I can only speak for myself. Put your faith in me. I will not let you down.
You see, as you're speaking, everyone is just sort of leaning forward. As Brim says these words, eyes look back and forth among one another, and then searching the faces of Lilith and Gimbal in particular. A few glances at Berta, and eyes averted from Nerve.
Lilith has like pie all over her face and like kind of on her like crumbs like down her because she was just eating. But you could see she's stopped and she's looking right at Brim as well.
We did not die, and neither of you. So it is upon us to move forward. The voices, the prayers, the hope will be hard to forget.
And as he's searching the crowd, he's looking for one person in particular.
Who's he looking for?
The little girl.
You see her. Dark auburn hair. She's standing in the corner, clutching a chair leg. You see her eyes, no pun here intended, genuinely brimming with tears, and with rapt attention on you. When she sees your eyes land on her, her eyes go wide, and she subconsciously smooths the ruffles of her dress.
And he doesn't keep moving his head, he looks straight at her. And he continues with what he says next. To a room of people, but directed to one little girl.
Though the scars can heal, buildings, bodies can be healed. We will never forget the pain. But it is about this that we grow stronger from it. For Hamlet, you are not alone. Thank you.
He bows his head and 2 large tears just begin streaming down his face.
Thank you.
As you say this, there is a spellbound moment inside the tavern. And the little girl looks up, steps away, and walks toward Brim. Her steps halting at first. Her little face, with tears now gently falling down her cheeks in big droplets. She sniffles, and as she takes the first few steps, as though looking to make sure it's okay, she breaks into a run. Her little feet patter over toward Brim, and she throws her arms. They come no higher than his calf. She throws her arms around his calf, and she begins to weep, and she hugs his calf. Brim, is so good to see you. Do you still have it?
From the closest side satchel that he has to his person, he will unlatch the button there, and he will pull out this slightly ragged but beautiful little teddy bear that he does not let go from him.
She just breaks into sobs. Her chest heaves and racks, and tears fall. You kept it. You really kept it. And she just clutches you all the more. You feel her whole body is trembling, as though somehow that this giant of a man, this powerful creature capable of destruction, would take such care of the tiny item gifted him so long ago by a little girl, and there is not a dry eye in the house. You hear some gently crying. You hear others openly sobbing. The tense and pensive moment now has just vanished, and all eyes are on this pair as she just cries and clutches, and she just says over and over, thank you, I believe in you, Prim. I've always believed in you. I know you will keep us safe.
I'll do my best, little one.
And he'll kneel down and just take her in his arms. And in his mind, he's so glad she survived. He pulls away from her, looks her in the eyes.
Grow strong. Be safe. Take courage. And know you are loved.
And with his massive hand, he'll brush away one of the tears.
She sniffles, she nods, and she smiles at the tattered little doll in your hands, and she, with both of her hands barely covering 2 of Brim's massive fingers, she gently pushes back. Keep her, won't you? And promise you'll come back. Please, Brim, promise.
I promise. One way or another, I will come back.
As she nods, she steps back, she smiles softly, and then for the first time, you can see she seems to become aware again of her surroundings, and she looks a bit abashed. She steps away from Brim, sweeps her hair, again, smooths the ruffles of her dress, and kind of sheepishly walks away, holds her mother's hand, and just watches. The rest of the town stares at the wayward bolt, mugs in hand, wiping tears from eyes, sniffles everywhere, awaiting as though as one. A moment. As this is happening, Nerve, you above all have never seen anything like this. So many of the words being spoken mean nothing to you. What mark these have made, it is strange to you. Beyond nibbling on the crumbs of the pie, which we know Nerve would be doing, what else is Nerve thinking or seeing or doing during this time?
I think Nerve, ever since this whole thing began, he's kind of faded into the background. He's not a partier. He's, a shut-in almost. So it's something that he's used to just kind of fade back and observe. And the same way that he felt pride as to how this city is slowly starting to heal and to rebuild itself, he is amazed at the connection that the Wayward Bolt has with seemingly like a personal relationship with every single person, as if they've known them forever. So as someone who has wandered and has had no real connections besides this group, he is just in awe of this large family that has been created and just how important it is to these people. And though the words that are spoken don't mean much to him in the sense of they're not towards him, he now, looking at Brim, looking at Lilith, Gimbal, the people who have been here for so long, he feels the same sense of responsibility to Hamlet. And I think when all is said and done, and it's quiet and everyone is just kind of staring at each other with these sad faces, he doesn't drink, but he's going to grab a glass randomly and he's going to raise it up. And with one, just not even tears, just like, you can see the tears in his eyes of just the sentiment of it all. He says, "To the Wayward Bolt, and to the protection that it has provided Hamlet, and may it continue to provide many, many more years of it so. And to Brim, a fearless, brave leader. Bless you, all of you."
You'll hear Gimbal right behind you just yelling, "Huzzah!" Just backing Nerve up and everything he just said.
And as you do this, as though that were the signal that everyone was waiting for, there is a huzzah! And there's a shout amongst all the tavern people. The flames light up again as they touch the torches. The drinks once again begin to flow. They're bustling back and forth between the tables. People begin to dance. Berta, what are you thinking or doing in this moment?
Yeah.
She would have stayed in her seat for all of this, but she would have been sitting there and she would put her crochet down in her lap and she would have been listening intently. And once Brim was done speaking, it's probably so slight of a movement that people wouldn't have noticed because she's so tiny, but her arms would have lifted out and she would have been praying over Brim and over these people, and just kind of silently to herself, just praying to Paylor to watch these people. These are good people. They need his love. They need his light. And doing her own, internal praise and blessings.
Very nicely done. So before I describe the scene, anyone else want to say anything? I don't want to cut anyone off. All right, as the tavern music plays, as once again this frenetic pace, this release of pain that has been pent up for so long since the destruction, people in this cathartic moment of joy and celebration, it is Brim who stands befuddled in the midst and seemingly a reluctant celebrant until once again that ruffle-dressed little girl walks over and demandingly takes his finger, just the tip of his finger, in both of her diminutive hands and begins to tug at him to dance with her, jostling out of the way anyone by, and she giggles, her curls bouncing atop her dress. "Dance with me, Brim, dance with me!"
almost like. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say if you look up at Lilith, she's kind of gonna give you that smirk, like you better go dance with her.
And he does. He looks up at you, and almost like this little girl has more strength than Brim, he gets pulled by her every step of the way until she's led him to whatever part of the party she wishes for him to be at, and he very, very badly dances.
Well, you know, if I made Rory do it, Josh.
My ribs still hurt.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see a
What
Brim
would Brim
dance.
do?
Don't induce
Like,
pain.
just
Not too hard.
pretty much just like moving side to side, stamping his feet. Not too hard to break through the floorboards, but just trying his best to copy her and her movements.
Berta's over there trying to crochet and the floor is shaking. Like she can't even shake. She's like, oh gosh.
Yeah, I agree with the chatters. Brim needs to make a dex check not to crush anyone.
Oh my gosh, I crushed the
little
girl.
girl.
Don't
Yeah,
you
seriously,
dare
I'm
hurt his
like-
feelings. Did you not just see him cry?
Yeah, that would really push Brim over the edge if he accidentally killed someone while dancing
Oh yeah,
in the
no,
welcome.
it would be.
That would be the end of
Let's
the
not do
characters.
that.
Full on Travolta, exactly. All right, Lurchin Wednesday. Oh, Ranger, nicely played. Yes, that is a good one. So, as this goes on, it's like another round. And soon patrons begin in the welcome wench to fall over chairs. Some are passing out, and yet it carries with it none of the typical shame of one who has imbibed too much. It is as though they have all given one another permission this night for their grief to take a brief respite, for a moment of the release of the soul to find its purchase among those who have been grieving. As each of you are pulled in, even Nerve finds himself gathered up by some of the locals. With the words that he spoke, it seems as though he pierced the veil of some barrier between his strange features and odd behaviors, and the people have embraced him as well. Soon each of you are swept across. Even the reluctant Greyhawk elf, Lilith, is pulled away. You see, as this happens, Loman stands there. He looks plaintively toward her, and then he drops his head and he walks out of the tavern himself, clearly still feeling shame from the night before. This goes unnoticed by the remainder of the patrons. As the celebration goes on, every time one of you tries to walk away, every time one of you tries to leave, you are cordoned about, hedged in by the townspeople of Hamlet. And this goes on, you're not sure for how long, minute upon minute, hour upon hour, until even against your will, you are breathless. You are befuddled. Brim, you think your milk might have been spiked at some point. You are feeling a bit lightheaded. And as this goes on, it is here, the Wayward Bolt, newly constituted, celebrating with the broken and healing people of Hamlet, that we end this session of Greyhawk Awakening, Book 1.
Ow.
Yay! Everyone clap.
Bravo.
Everyone clap
No.
right now.
No.
Besides Josh. Josh is special. He can't clap.
Yes,
So
spike
His
milk.
ribs.
I told you we would. I told
My
you
ribs hurt.
we would end early tonight. We do want to get into. We got a few announcements that we want to make, and we also want to make sure we get our giveaway done and get everyone out in time, because we do have to have a hard stop. So yes, I'm going to talk about the April one shots, but I want to begin by, before anything else, please don't leave. Type hashtag BlueBoxRPG. We've drawn for 2 names. We're going to draw for 3 more. I'll do one here in about 10 seconds, and we are giving away this gorgeous Troll Lord Games book, which is the conversion for 5e for the World of Aird. If you have not seen the World of Aird, there is no more detailed setting out there beyond Greyhawk itself. And Greyhawk, of course, has the benefit of 40 years of lore and content. But this glossy, hardback bound book full of illustrations, information, the brainchild of Stephen Chenot. This is our giveaway tonight in celebration of our fantastic sponsor and our friends over at Troll Lord Games. Before I go into any more announcements, I want to thank again those who gave. We had the 5 subs given earlier. Also, Tracy Renreb gave bits a moment ago. Those are all saved and carried over to next week. So you saw that a moment ago up in the chat. Nothing will be lost. All those will carry over into our next week's session. There are only 2 more of these Greyhawk Awakening Book 1 sessions to remain. And you might say, what are we doing in April? I'm going to tell you in just a moment. But I do want to say thank you to my players. And let me just see if I can go around in order. Let's start with Becca. Becca, who also is now going through a job change, career change, and has had lots of health issues in her immediate family, has been traveling quite a bit, woke up. Oh, thank you, Tracy, so much.
Tracy.
And for the first time, chatter, we're playing it's basically a Pathfinder 1E system, but it's heavily modified. Has a lot of the old school AD&D 1E and 2E elements in it. Also has some 5E elements like Advantage and Inspiration. I like those elements. Custom crit tables. It's the Blue Box system, but it's really based, the core is 3.5 or Pathfinder 1E. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for the cheers. We really appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed the role play. As a DM, many of you might wonder out there, and we're going to do more and more stuff for hints and tips and tricks for DMs. I had a completely different direction that I was going to take some of what happened on the back half of the stream tonight. John Demon Gund, he knows this. I had something else completely prepared. The direction of the character.
Is that what I saw, John?
It is, and see, it's not happening now. It's because you guys changed the story. You completely changed the story with your role play tonight, and that's what a DM must be able to do. And that's, if that sounds like I'm patting myself on the back, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, a DM who understands and rolls with his players must be able to change the arcs, the narratives, and the stories. And what I was thinking might happen here would have had no contextual connection to what happened tonight in the role play. Bravo to my players. But back to you, Becca. In addition to all of that, woke up this morning at 2:30 or something in the morning with a migraine headache, and still showed up tonight and played Berta so well. All Josh has done, in addition to being a struggling actor. By the way, ladies, he is single. Just letting you know.
I'm super single.
Enter your applications below.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's single.
Resume, application.
All applications must be submitted to me. I am his mentor. I am his official Blue Box guardian. So if you want to date my boy, you've got to put the submission in to me in the Discord, and I will review it. But in addition to all of that, the man was literally cut open just over a week ago, and he had a second rhinoplasty correction for a badly deviated septum. That he doesn't mind me sharing this, by the way. He said it's okay. I'm not outing his HIPAA information here without his permission. But they actually did it was an advanced procedure. They had to take cartilage from a rib to fix what was done incorrectly the first time in the surgery. And the man is a 100% trooper. We have Hob, who is by her Zoom, if you can't see it tonight. Hob here, I think I can show it here. Here's the everyone. You can now see, look at her Zoom title. She is the professional booby inspector tonight.
Nope,
and just both.
Yeah, both. Yeah, she does. She's got a
bias.
She's got
I cross-trained.
I want to know what the sequence is, though. Which goes first, Hob, in the inspection process?
Dang, you know what? That's a hard thing in the field.
But Hob also has not
definitely both
in the not too recent past has gone through a job change. Also is absolutely overwhelmed with artwork and is creating art for book 3. How is the Brim or Josh's character artwork coming along?
Oh my god! Literally, I was gonna mention it. I was like, man, maybe I should take a break and work on everybody else's stuff, because getting his pose just right, the way that Josh wants it, is such a pain in my butt. And I haven't told Josh this, but I'm having such a hard time.
For Brim, not for
Josh,
my book 3.
I think you should take a picture as a photo reference, the pose that you're asking for.
I didn't realize I was drawing for book 1 with Brim and all them. I thought that was canceled.
Oh yeah, that's canceled for now. We're gonna do it later. There's no reason.
We're talking about different things, Josh.
He said Brim. He said Brim.
Yeah, no, I said I correct. Moving right along. Thank you, Hob. let's go to Rory. Rory, who is our admin and mod extraordinaire, also working like crazy, also in the middle of a job change. And whereas Josh is looking for a lady friend, Rory doesn't mind me sharing. He's also looking for work. He and Becca worked at the same place. It's not his fault. The company is like, wow, wacko. There are other people at Fall of Red Dawn that worked at the same place. I don't want to get into it, but let's just say it was an organizational-wide debacle. Exactly. So if you know anyone that is looking for someone who's like a project manager, super skilled, able to manage spreadsheets and tasks, extraordinaire. I see what he does for Blue Box. The man is meticulous. I think he has lists.
I see what he does when you are you're supposed to play his character.
I know.
And he's like, here's my sheet and all the
exactly.
instructions of everything that's gonna happen.
if you need a man who
I might be a little biased on this, but my hubby's is the best. So like,
no, true.
See, when John first said that Rory is also looking for, I was like, man, I really hope he doesn't say woman. 'Cause I was
That
like,
could have gone bad.
For sure he's married.
Yeah, sorry, Becca. I didn't mean to reveal that here on the. Oh, the knuckles get cracked.
She's gonna fight you. She's gonna fight you.
But no, what I would say, if you want a man who has lists for his lists, that is Rory. He is absolutely extraordinary. And Rory, thank you. I know this is a challenging time for you, but you continue to just shine. Your role play again, fantastic tonight. And then, of course, we have Vivi, who has no excuse but to celebrate because she is, like she is the Joker walking away from the exploding building as she walks away from her former place of employment. And we celebrate with her. But long nights, all these players pour themselves into this, and I don't take it lightly that you make your time to be with me every Tuesday night. All right, let's do our next giveaway winner. We already have two. We have Manda and Greg that are in the giveaway. If you'll type #BlueBoxRPG, you will be entered into the giveaway, and the next one in the giveaway, you have not won, you will be rolled for by Hob. And that is, it's a casualty. It's a casualty. Ooh. You have never been in the giveaway that I can recall.
It's a casualty.
Good luck. I suck.
And you are a follower, and yes, you are in. All right, outstanding. Been following since July of 2021 and has never been in a giveaway. I don't know how that's happened, but
no
congrats.
Pressure, Hob.
You can go ahead and vote for Stream MVP, and let's go ahead while I'm rolling. Tell us why Tell us why Lilith should be Stream MVP. Quickly.
Lilith should be Stream MVP because Josh should be Stream MVP. That's why.
All right. Why should Gimbo be Stream MVP?
Eating pie. I don't know. Asking the question about death, which is something that has been that happened in previous book one about with Millie passing and Gimble passing and just the importance of that and seeing what we've seen. So extending that to the new members of the group. Eating pie and just being Lilith, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, she absolutely was.
Josh for MVP.
and nobody eats pie like Lilith. All right, let's go to.
No.
That had no context with Hobbs' job either.
Give me a second.
All right, let's go to Rory.
It's pie day.
It's pie day.
Why.
It's pie day.
The gutter. You guys are gross.
Go ahead, Rory.
So Gimble should be Stream MVP because it was like Throwback Tuesday for Gimble. Before that, there was the bow to Brim, kind of remembrance, but also of like a dedication. Like, hey, I'm with you. I'm following you. I'm by your side. And then the whole celebration, getting up on the table, and casting the spells, getting the music, getting the party going, casting the Shadow Step B by Laura, do the dance with her. The ventriloquism over to Brim as he was trying to exit stage left, and just gave him some words of input to say, hey, like, finish.
Yeah.
We're all here with you.
That was well done. And the voting is already up, so you can vote for Stream MVP. Let's go ahead and tell us why Nerve should be Stream MVP, Hob.
You know what? He had one good speech. My man know how to talk.
He did.
By my man, I mean me.
It was well done. And look, I mean, this we talked
about. The room.
No, you did read the room, which is very unusual for a were-rat. We talked about this in the. I had a session with Lily, who's from Nerdy Guide to D&D. She was in chat earlier. I don't know if she's still in or not. Amazing group over there, Nerdy Guide to D&D. If you're not following them, check them out. I was with her and Todd Stashwick, who, by the way, is like the coolest dude ever. Todd Stashwick, amazingly cool actor. He's currently in Picard season 3. Also played in 12 Monkeys and a host of other things. He was awesome in that chat. But we talked about the importance of having players that understand the moment and how to recognize and work with others in the game. Nerve absolutely played that perfectly today. Should not have spoken when he didn't. Spoke exactly as he should have when he did. Bravo. The stream MVP has already been won. It was Brim. Brim, you are stream MVP. I won't make you tell us why. Hashtag Blue Box RPG in the chat. The next person that will be entered in the giveaway. We have 2 more to give. There's still time. I'll give you another moment. Type hashtag Blue Box RPG in the chat. I've already showed you. We have on the 22nd, Throw Dice Like a Girl. Don't miss that special time. If you weren't with us earlier, please note, Manda making her world premiere on stream. You're going to see the amazing mystical unicorn with her awesome Blue Box blue hair. It's going to be on 7 o'clock on March 22nd with this great crew. I've already mentioned their names. You know who they are. Follow us. Make sure you're there for that night, 7 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be an amazing night. And then tomorrow night, and only slightly less lovely, Patrick Fraley 17 will be joining me for this 3D printing session. That's going to be tomorrow at 5:30. We'll have the printer. We'll be giving away 3D prints tomorrow night. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, just other stuff we have coming. On the 5th, we have the budget build battle that's going to happen with Ashlyn. We're going to live stream that. We're going to have people from our Discord live chatting with us on Twitch. We're going to share your work at home. We're going to build something together for 2 hours, a tavern scene, and then we're going to award the winners because you're going to post pictures of what you build in our Discord. It is going to be an unbelievable night. Sandwiched in between those, we have a pretty cool guy joining us. John, go ahead and turn on your camera for a second if you would.
Put your pants back off.
We have here John Demon Gun Fuller. He is helping me run all the cool stuff behind the scenes in Tales Spark. Yes, I know, man. I'm going to talk about the one-shots. And he has a Patreon. He is going to join me on the 29th with Don, Mad Wizard of Tales Tavern fame. And Don is going to be joining us as we talk about Talespire in seconds, is what I have titled the theme. Many people look at a tool like what we run here on Blue Box and they think, oh my goodness, that looks like a lot of work. That's got to be a lot of time. I don't have time to do all that. I don't know how to do that. The building is complicated. How do I? We're going to show you, even if you know nothing about how to build in a system, we'll be able to absolutely create incredible scenes in seconds using this tool. That's going to be on the 29th of March. Now, as Manda has been yelling at me in chat, April, we are gonna we start our Greyhawk Awakening Book 3 on May 2nd. The session 0 is April 18th. The rest of April is the month of what, Josh?
April Fools. Just kidding.
Sensual looks.
One-shots.
One-shots. It's going to be the month of one-shots here on Blue Box. So the 4th, the 11th, and the 25th. On the 4th, Kurt, you know him in the chat as Cuventus. You saw him play in Robert's one-shot. So good. Had like a Colonel Sanders accent. It was awesome. And then he's going to be running a game in Greyhawk on the 4th. On the 11th, I'm going to be running an OG game. The OG game, it's not just original gamers, it is ossified grognards. You must be someone who played D&D in the 80s or the 70s to play in that game. Yes, it actually did exist. Yeah. So
what
it is
the heck?
It is ageism at its finest. You must have played D&D before Hob was a twinkle in her grandpappy's eye to play in my game on the 11th. And I think that one is pretty much so.
I don't qualify, and look at this.
Yeah,
like,
you don't qualify. I'm sorry,
I don't
John.
qualify.
So my game is already full. But then we have the fourth game and the 25th. Josh of NPC Voices will be running a one-shot. So you can sign up for those one-shots in Discord. Message Manda, Mystical Unicorn, and you can join her in that. John, if you would turn your camera back off, please. I'm sorry I'm making you go away. 'Cause I'm going to go back to my other scene.
No more John.
You are a beautiful man, John.
I think he walked away.
Too
walked
beautiful,
away.
in fact.
All right.
Turn off the
So
camera.
Turn off this
AFK.
video.
I have 2 more rolls to make here. Here's the next one. This is who Becca will be rolling for. Becca, you
Cut him.
cut him. Becca, you will be rolling for, drum roll please, Natasha! Oh my gosh, I don't want to send this heavy book to Iceland. No, I will send this heavy book to Iceland.
Yes, win.
Yes, I will, absolutely.
Friggin' Iceland.
John, if you don't mind, if you'll kill your camera, I'm going to go back to
Yeah,
my
get
other
out of
view.
here. Go.
Beautiful man.
Beautiful, dumb animal.
Wait, John, before you go.
You beautiful man, you get
too
out of
late.
here.
Wait, come back.
You kicked him out. Oh,
John.
he's still there. Come
John.
on. Hey.
John will be an extra in Greyhawk Awakening Book 3. He's making a character that will be both NPC and PC.
Super weird character.
Tell us like for 30-second summary of your Book 3 character.
Okay then, I'm going to be playing a Toxoth Thrycreen named Kalak Ari Kior.
Talak Akior.
Kalak Ari Kior. He's a Thrycreen ranger from the deserts, from the deep deserts. Specializes in ambushes and hunting, and he prefers to be of the hunter mind than the egg mind.
Love it.
And
love
it should be very interesting.
John has
Very
also poured, I mean, for a guy who's going to be an extra, like the amount that he's put into this is such a super cool character. John, you're a fantastic role player. You are a fantastic Tailspire creator and driver, but more than that, you are a beautiful man whose eyes stare into our
Thank you.
souls. All right, so kill your camera. I'm going to go back to my other view.
Get out of here.
Thank you,
Go.
John.
I'll do anything you say now,
Too
John.
much for
Yeah, go.
too much for stream. You're
Be
too
gone.
beautiful. Get out of
There
here.
we go.
All right. All right. So,
His wife's gonna kill us.
yeah. All right. So the next person, and Vivi, you can roll and go, but the next person in the
got 3
giveaway,
minutes.
if you haven't followed us yet, there's a question we have for you. Becca, ask the question.
Becca, go.
Yeah, I got it.
Becca,
If you're
go,
watching
go.
tonight and you haven't given us a follow, or if you're a follower who hasn't subbed, or if you're a sub whose sub has expired,
Sacre bleu!
What are
we
you
have
doing?
one question for you.
What are you doing? Give us a follow. Give us a sub. We
job,
appreciate
Becca.
all the support here at Blue Box. And we have those spots for those 2 dates. All right, you will be rolling for tonight. Drum roll, please. Still time. Hashtag Blue Box RPG. 10 more seconds. Blue Box RPG. Kalak Yori Kior.
Oh god, this drum roll's taking forever.
Ishin Loki, are you in the chat?
Had to breathe in between.
Ishin Loki, if you're still there, let's quickly go around. Let's roll the dice. Let's start with you, Vivi. Tell us who you're rolling for and make your roll. Yes, Ishin Loki is here. Outstanding.
Yes. Do I have to roll 2? Can I roll 2? Are we doing that?
I believe everybody is a sub in this, so yes.
That's
go
what
ahead.
No, I was wondering if it was just a 1
I
or
already
if it's
forgot.
in general. Okay.
Because
Justin,
Mr.
yes, here we
Slothman
go.
gave a sub.
First
go ahead.
one.
Hmm?
Ooh, I rolled a 1 for the first one. That one is not good. Sorry, Justinius. Here, let's roll the second one.
Oof.
16.
Hey.
Very nice. Okay, that'll work. Let's go to you, Rory.
Okay, I'm rolling for Amanda. I'm pretty sure she's not a sub.
No, not at all. Just kidding.
Not at all.
Hey, a hand for the greatest sub on the planet, by the way. Manda is absolutely incredible as a sub, and you want to
Manda's
see like a prepared character. I cannot wait to see her elf blazing across the dunes of the Sea of Dark Sun. Go ahead, Bray.
So I must have just built up potential because we didn't do any combat because I got an 18. And Amanda, I got you a 19.
A 19.
Oh, Rory,
A
wow.
19
Get
for
out
the
of here.
unicorn. All right,
Who is
let's
this guy?
go to
high
the.
rolling Rory.
By the way, it was mentioned earlier that you could not tell me whether the booties or the boobies are inspected first because it's a trade secret, which I respect that. Go ahead, tell us who you're rolling for and make your rolls.
It's not. You just don't want to decide.
It's just hard, okay?
I don't know what's more important.
I'm rolling for, I think it's a casualty.
It's a casualty, yes, who is now a sub, thanks to Mr. Slothman.
Everyone's a soap to me. Just kidding.
Shut up.
Nom 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 nom.
I know that's a
Yeah, see, this is what I tell you. I got a 6 and then I got a 6 again.
Oh, sorry, it's a casualty.
Go.
Keep
Way to
applying. We'll get you
fail.
back in a giveaway. You should not be only in one every year and a half. Well, I'm sure it'll happen again very soon. All right, let's go, Josh.
Well, I didn't get anyone to roll for. Because you skipped over me.
Are you sure?
Yes, you
I'm
did.
pretty sure.
Okay, well, hopefully I still have the Nightbot up. Hang on, guys. If you've stayed here, you still have a chance. I do have the Nightbot up. Here's one more roll then. The roll, you, Josh, you have, oh, Sam Shavhunter. So now I have a chance to either send to Iceland or England. That's fun. Go ahead, roll for Sam Shavhunter.
Rolling for Sam. Mystical Unicorn saying no, no.
Slavery?
Wait. Amanda just said no,
Wait,
no,
Amanda,
no.
who-
I did
who am
give him
rolling for?
someone.
I didn't think I
Amanda's
got
like,
anyone.
Stop!
Wait, did I miss? All right,
Rolled
Amanda.
6.
I don't.
All right, go ahead, just roll.
Shav Hunter. First roll is
No,
a
you had
4.
Ishin Loki. You weren't paying attention. You had Ishin Loki. You're messing me up.
And I got a 10 for Shav Hunter, and then Ishin Loki. I got a 5 and an 11. I'm sorry, I screwed both of y'all. Like
You suck today.
Josh,
I know.
you had one job, Josh. You had
Everything
one job.
hurts.
All right, let's go to you,
Do that.
Becca.
Take that stream MVP back.
Becca, go
First
ahead.
one is a 14.
So much.
Second one, sorry, Natasha.
Oh,
What was the second one?
man.
14.
Gosh, you suck.
14. All right,
Don't
so
redirect.
the winner was Manda. Let's go,
Amanda.
Manda!
Thank you.
Congratulations! Manda gets the 5e guide. We're going to go ahead and we're going to raid into our friends over there at Heroes of Greyhawk. But before I do, I'm going to go back for those that didn't see it earlier. I want to play the incredible work done by Joffrey. But before I do that, anyone that needs to bounce, you guys can go ahead and do that. I'm going to move to a full screen here for those that can stay. We're going to show this one more time, and then we'll do the raid. I want to say thank you, everyone, for being on with us today. And I'll pull this up here, add this monitor. Second, and any final thoughts from our players toward the Mad Chatters? I forgot to ask you guys that today. I always like to give you a chance to speak to our amazing fans.
I love you all.
Yeah, I'm always blown away by like
Sorry,
such
you guys
a
fucked up with Josh.
Why?
such a good group of people.
Why'd you misspeak?
No, really. I mean, and Hob, you're right. But I mean, when you say that, what do you mean? Because
Yeah, what do you
I
mean?
know what she means, but I want her to say it.
Yeah, I want you
Oh.
to say it, Hob.
I just like this community that's been like created. It kind of came from like basically nothing to what 85 viewers on the regular, consistent people wanting to interact. The fact that you guys have a con coming up, there's just a lot.
the
So I'm always
con.
consistently amazed with like this thing that is being nursed into this bigger thing. It's cool to see and to be a part of.
Well, thank
So
you.
you guys have been awesome.
Thank you
Well,
very much. You're a big part of it, and people really just come for the artwork. And wouldn't it be the professional booby inspector that would mention nursing? All right, here we go. Check this out, everyone. The work of Joffrey of Dice Songs. You'll see this tomorrow night and every Wednesday as we go Lore Masters Arcanum. Join us tomorrow night at 5:30. Show you're not going to want to miss. It would be cool if the candles would go out or be snuffed out at the end of the trailer. Is this not good enough for you, Pat? Really? Really?
No. I mean, it's all right.
More.
There are so many nostalgia hits in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
seriously.
You got
if
the.
you've read through the old material.
Oh, I
like,
know. You got our sponsors. There's the old cover. It was both in a Monster Man, also on a Dragon
That one.
magazine.
I had that mini. I painted that mini.
That's some
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool
sick.
artwork there, Hob.
That artwork's all
I
right.
don't even know what that is. What is that, a bug?
Frankly delicious. As a federal boob inspector, I approve this stream. That's funny.
Ah, yes, a colleague.
A work colleague. Oh, DM's guide. The original DM's guide.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what is this? The cartographic stylings of the Anna B. Meyer.
Enemy spotted.
Overgord.
I have foreseen your doom.
Ayuzian zombie goat. They watch you, those goats. They watch you, the eyes of Ayuz. Old School Combat with Tim. The Master Crafter, Bill.
Tim.
And boom, the Blue Box Sorcerer.
That plane tracking is next level.
Oh, I know, isn't it? It's crazy. It really is. The plane. I don't know how they. It's super awesome.
Where did you get that dragon artwork?
I got that dragon artwork from our own Hob here, the amazing, the one and only Hob, with a super cool artwork. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for giving. Every bit goes to the cause. We invest constantly here at Blue Box. I want to thank each of my sponsors. And as we get ready to raid tonight, I'm going to remind you one last time, make sure you're marking your calendars. The big one is May 2nd, the start of Greyhawk Awakening Book 3. As we raid our friends running Heroes of Greyhawk over at Guild Superior, the Greyhawk goodness continues, and each of you have a great night. Becca, take some more Advil, get some rest. If you have a girl for Josh or a job for Rory, please let me know in Discord. Let's make sure we're helping the community here in all ways. And with that said, everybody wave, say goodbye to our fans. We love you guys. You are the best.
Bye.
Blue Box signing out.
See you guys later, stinky. Good, no one.